Ready to start number 5? Okay, let's get it graphed. You do have to add one missing equation to this problem. I don't think it's in the notes, and that is x equals 0, which of course is my y-axis. So I'm looking at the region that is bounded by all 4 graphs. And so between the blue lines that I graphed and the orange curve and the red curve, I have this space. So now I have to decide if I would like to do this with respect to x or with respect to y. So I have to ask myself that question, which one do I want to do? And I actually can do either one. So I'm going to start with respect to x, and remember I would have to do upper curve minus lower curve, and it looks like the boundaries are going to be from the far left, which would be 0, and the far right, which would be 4. Now, here's the only problem. If I look at the upper curve, so I'm actually going to trace it with this green marker, and the upper curve, starting with x equals 0, for a little bit is actually blue. It's not the yellow or orange. So for that piece, and that happens from 0 to 1, so I'm going to have to split it up. From 0 to 1, I'm really going to be doing the equation 4 minus the lower equation, which is 1, with respect to x. And then, this is in fact a 4. Probably not the best choice of color there, Torres. So we'll do it in purple. And then, as I move along the curve, now it's changing, and the upper curve is this orange stuff. So that's starting at 1 and going till 4. And so I'm doing the 4 over x minus, and the lower curve is still 1 with respect to x. And I want you to pause the video and go solve that out. Okay, so double check and make sure you powered everything up right and took the antiderivative of everything correctly. Remember, since I have an x here on bottom, it turns into a natural log of absolute value of x. And so now I'm going to plug in my numbers. And it should look like this. And then I'm going to simplify. So here I have 3, and then I can't really simplify 4 natural log of 4. So I can't subtract 4 from it. I do happen to know, though, that natural log of 1 is 0. So over here I have 0 minus 1, which means ultimately I'm going to be adding 1. So this is all going to turn into a plus 1. And so now if I put the plus 1 and the minus 4 and the 3 all together, I can't do anything with 4 natural log of 4, but I can do 3 minus 4 plus 1, which is 0. And so there's my final answer. If I like it better, I can put it into my calculator and figure out what the decimal value is. Hopefully you got that number.